Hi, my name is Deb Wagner. I'm the mother of 4 kids, 3 of which are teen drivers. 3 kids that have gone to West Bend high schools just like you, 3 kids who've gone through driver's education just like you, and 3 kids who are connected to their cell phones as their main form of communication. Today we're going to take a little bit of a look at what happens while texting and driving. The minimum text takes 5 seconds. This is what can happen in 5 seconds.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Five seconds, traveling 55 miles an hour, is the length of a football field. That's enough to do some serious damage. Today, we're going to look at the statistics of texting and driving. We're going to look at Wisconsin's new no texting law, and we're also going to look at the most costly expenses of texting and driving accidents. Some of the statistics out there today were compiled by the federal government and the National Auto Safety Councils. They compiled a website called Because Texting and Driving Kills. They say that in 2011, at least 24% of all auto collisions involve cell phones. That's 1.3 million crashes involving texting. They also found that 5,870 people were killed and 515,000 people were injured in the U.S. in 2008. That article was printed in the Journal Sentinel Online this past May. And what they're finding in that is more teens have access to cell phones than what they did in 2008, and they compiled more numbers. And they figure that since 2008, more than 16,000 deaths were caused by texting and driving alone. The federal survey itself compiled different age groups and categories, and they found that 44% of people aged 18 to 20 and 49% of drivers 21 through 24 report texting while driving. These same drivers say that 77 say that they can do it safely, and 55% of those drivers that text say it's easy to do. Now, the average response time, thinking of easy, is a half a second for the unimpaired driver. A legally drunk driver, or one that has had less than 4 beers, needs 4 extra feet to stop. The texting driver needs an extra 70 feet. That statistic shows that texting and driving is more dangerous than drinking and driving. Because it's becoming more dangerous and there's more opinion that it's safe to do, states have needed to step in with laws and fines. On December 1st, 2012, Wisconsin will be the 25th state to have a no texting law. This is a primary law which allows police officers to pull people over just for texting. Fines just for texting can start at $20, but it can go all the way up to $400 if there's accidents or more involved. Not only that, with those fines, insurance companies are starting to raise rates for people that are caught illegally texting and driving. Now that's a huge monetary cost to the one individual. But the next level of punishment for this is starting in Utah. Bankrate.com says that Utah was the first state to implement 15 years in prison for anyone who is involved, or the driver in an accident, who has caused injury or death. Now, those are very expensive costs. Finances, insurance rates, fines. But we're also going to take a look at some of the medical costs in here. 515,000 people injured creates millions of dollars in medical costs and lost wages. The average Cost, according to the National Safety Council, is if an accident with texting just involves property damage, it's $8,900. If it's non-fatal but it has an injury, it's about $70,200. And if the accident involves death, it costs more than $1,410,000. But death seems very costly to me. Again, in 2008, 5,807 people lost their lives due to texting while driving accidents. Forbes is a money magazine, and they study the influx of money. They say that the most expensive cost to texting and driving is the fact that 11 teens die every day. If we put that into perspective, that's 3,900 teens a year. That's the size of West Bend East and West High School combined together. We lose our whole high school in 1 year. Now, you have a choice to make. You could be one of the 24%. You could involve in an accident. You could be one of those that gets a fine between $20 and $400. You could potentially be one of the 11. Or you could be one that lowers these statistics. Thank you.